Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Okay, good. I just want to finish this up real quick to prove that the address is accurate. She said, and nobody had said who called. It was a bunch of us that called. It was that appalling that a whole community of women supporting women got together and put an end to that. I was on the phone with the McKenzie police for 13 minutes and change. True story. And when I was explaining to them what happened, they said to me, "Ma'am, we're looking at the stream right now. This is disgusting." And I went, "You're looking at the stream? Y'all didn't know this, did you?" And they said, "Yes, ma'am." I said, "So you've already gotten other calls?" She said, "Yes, we've had several calls. That's why we're looking. Someone sent it to us." I said, "So who's looking?" She won't. She's 50. She's not getting help. She's pretty much been enabled so long that there's no reason for her to get help. You don't change unless there's a reason to, and she's got nothing. This is all she's got is her false sense of reality. This is all she has. And constantly being in conflict, which is part of the mental illness. It's constantly needing to be in conflict. She can't help it, but she needs to get her meds fixed. I was on the phone, and then she asked me some information about her. Did I have her address? I was like, absolutely. She said, "Well, let me confirm because some other people gave it to us. Let me make sure it's the right one." I told her the address, and she confirmed it was the one that they'd gotten. And she just kind of went, "Yeah," She didn't say confirmed, but she was like, "Yeah." So they went over to see the hoarder. But they asked several things about her, which I'll keep to myself. And I was on the phone with her for quite some time, and she goes, "Wow, the police, the non-emergency line," which turns out to actually be also the dispatch at nighttime or some shit, something like that. But the lady went, "Are they talking about you too?" I went, "If they've mentioned the name so fugly, that would be me." She went, "Oh." And I said, I'm not fugly." She went, "Okay, that's fine." I said, "That's just, this is what trolls do." And I said, "This is just disgusting that someone else is vulnerable and they're taking advantage of it." They were looking at cataract killers when they were reading Kat's divorce stuff. I am definitely not ashamed that I called. I was protecting my friend. But they'll say it was because I was going after them. If I was going after them, there have been how many hangouts I could have called the police to shut them down? Why didn't I? If it was only about them, right? Right? It was about Kat. And women protecting women and looking out for them. Even when me and Kat were not friends, and she thought terrible things about me, and I wasn't crazy about her. I saw her in some situations that broke my heart, and I wanted to reach out to her. And I said, "No, I'm not so sure that'll go good for me." You didn't see it? That's okay. I'll upload it to the other thing, and I'll send you the link, and you can watch it. It was awful. My favorite part is where she goes, "Meow, meow, 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 meow," and then she stops, and it gets dead quiet, and she goes, "Somebody's knocking at my door." I was like, "That's the cost, dumbass." So, she said on one of her scopes, which I downloaded, she said, "You sent it to the wrong address, Cori." I never said I was the one that called. It was many of us. So, yeah, I called. A lot of us did. She said, "You sent them to the wrong address. They had to hunt me down. They had to go find me. Cops don't do that." Lindy, one of my best friends is a cop. Did you forget? Half of my fucking family on my mom's side were cops. They don't go knocking door to door to find somebody. Yeah. From the time that I hung up with the dispatch when she was like, "Ma'am, they're at the location," because she added one of the officers that were heading to the location onto the call, and he was asking me questions about identifying factors for the lady and all this shit, and a description. And I was like, I've never personally met her. This is all confusing. They thought that they all three were at that house. And I said, no, 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 no. She's at that house. The man is in Michigan. I gave him that address. And I said, and the lady is in Iowa, but I don't know her address. And they went, oh, let me let the officer know. So she let the officers know. And anyway, we talked for a while, the cop and me and the dispatch chick. Like I say, 13 minutes and some change. And then, are y'all still able to catch all this? But anyway, so then she was like, ma'am, we are, okay. She says, okay, ma'am, officers are on the scene. They are at the property now, the residence now. The lady in Iowa, troll extraordinaire, dun, dun, dun. Everybody keeps saying that, this troll. It ain't worth mentioning. They're a fluke. They've showed up this past year and have lied their way through the Boyd ever since and just completely they've ruined the Boyd. It's just gross there now. So anyway, so they were there, and from the moment we hung up the phone until she said somebody's knocking at my door was 2 minutes and 32 seconds. Flat. So they didn't have to go hunt her down. They were in her front yard. And so, don't you love hearing someone tell a lie when you know the truth? I do. I do. I love it. You know, and you can label me a liar, and you can call me a liar, and you can say, everybody knows you're a liar, Cori. But you're going to have to prove it, because so far, I don't see anybody jumping up and down screaming that they support your little claims. Why did the cops go? Because they had a lot of calls come in, and all the calls said the same thing, that this was criminal, that they were pressuring someone and harassing someone with divorce documents in the midst of a divorce. She's very vulnerable right now, and she is not doing well, if you know what I mean. So we rallied around a friend. And I would rally around any friend like that, faults and all. Even, I'm going to tell you honestly, personally, my experience with Lori has not been horrifying. I'm just disappointed. I thought she was a little better than this, you know. But a lot of people have said that about me being friends with Rory and Kat. So I don't understand why. It's like, what do you mean better? I'm not better than them. We're all people. We all have our own set of bullshit. But if this started happening to Lori Green, I would rally around her. I would put a stop to it. I would not let this happen. If they started tearing her down and I knew that she was in a vulnerable way, I would absolutely defend her. And a lot of people that she cannot stand and she has fought with horribly will say, are you kidding me? But this isn't about my friendship with y'all. This is about this is about what I do, how I feel. And yeah, when it comes right down to it, we've got to start looking at what makes us so much alike and what makes us not alike, and quit looking at the differences. Look what we all have in common. Look at the different things we have in common. And this is, I guess politics has taught me this, because politics has gotten so gross. And I just want to identify with the individuals rather than the party as a whole. Because you see the loudest, shittiest ones. If you look at the whole group, if you put all of my very nice Republican friends in a group with the rest of them, you only see and hear the loudest bullshit ones. The ones that just fuck everything up and completely try to define the party for something that it's just not. And the same for mine, for my political party. Don't put me in that group. Listen to me. Everyone has a reason for supporting that. You know, you can't look at the whole state of Tennessee and go, they're all sociopaths. No, it's just the one we're aware of. You can't look at the state of Florida and say they all live in RVs. No, a lot of them do, I'll tell you that. But no, it's just my take on stuff. Just my opinion. I want to get to know the individual. I don't want to clump everybody together. I just don't. It's not fair because I don't want it done to me. I don't want anyone to look at every BBW blonde and say, They're all whores. I know it because I knew one, and she was a whore. I don't want everyone to look at people with the same name, like the name Cinnamon. Everybody's under the impression that cinnamons are whores. You don't know that, you don't know that. Although it does seem like every time you've ever met a cinnamon, she's been a complete hoe. But, Lady Phil. I am going to be doing YouTube videos. I've got some name brand soap scum remover and some Dollar Tree kind. I've got 2 Dollar Tree kinds. And I'm going to do a side-by-side test. I'm putting it on my YouTube. It's not going to be a live stream. It's just going to, I'm going to just do my video. Because I'm trying to save money. So I figured I'd invest this time right now to do the test and see what was what and if it was worth it. And from now on, I'll buy whatever is going to work. But, and there's a couple of other things that I've got planned for my channel. I'm just trying to keep the flavor of my actual So Fug It channel positive and good and focused. So that's what I'm doing. And I've got some Cosima clips that I'm going to put all together and make a little video update of her. She's getting so fucking big. I'm sick of my skin itching, you guys. Why is it itching right through here? All my delicate skin right here. All this really soft skin. Somebody, who was it? Was it Mel? Somebody said something about menopause and itchy skin. Was that you, Mel? You jerk. You made me itch, God. Canning. I've always wanted to do canning. Always. We were going to do a garden in Tarboro and start canning, and it never fucking happened. It's just everything started happening in life, and we just never could do it. And then we had a problem with moles in the ground, and I didn't want to kill them. And Doug got really mad. And one year the tadpoles took over our swimming pool. We had a big 24-foot pool. And the tadpoles took over. And Doug got mad because I wouldn't let him kill them. And so me and the kids went out there, literally a 24-foot pool, and we scooped out every fucking tadpole. We put in a fake, pool area in the back of our field that we had, and put a big tote in there, and we dumped them all in the totes, down in the ground, totes, so that they would have somewhere to live until they turned into little frogs. And then we could use the pool. Well, then the year after that, it happened again. And before we could get the pool set up, the frogs got in there and put the tadpoles in. And I use a raised garden bed. That's what I want to do. I've got a plan for it too. I've had it for a while. I'll get to that in a minute. But, anyway, I wouldn't let anybody treat the pool and kill the tadpoles. I would go out there and check them every couple of days and see their little legs coming in. Loved it. So cute. So cute. And then I had a nice frog pond. That's what I had. And unfortunately, 2 of my cats got out of the girl cats got out of their cat house. We had out back a really good sized cat house. And they got out the door, and one of them apparently jumped because the pool was right beside the cat house, and they jumped right in. And I found them clinging to a branch that was in there. That was when the water had gone down. Fucking cat was in the pool, man. And I was like, her name was Vagina. And she done went in the pool, and she was clinging to a branch. It was so cold that night. So cold. She was out of the water. I mean, she was on the branch, but I think the cold is what got her. I wanted to die. And I was like, you gotta be shitting me, man. Come on. Because the water was so low. If it had been up to the top, well, we hadn't set the pool up yet. Of course, when you prep it for the year, for the winter, you let most of the water out, which is what we did. But, that sucked, and I hated the pool after that, so I just let the frogs have it. We never redid the pool again. And I had a nice little frog pond, but then someone set the fucking house on fire, and it melted the pool, because the pool was right beside the house, right there by the house. I got all kinds of weird stories. Oh, and I got my hair up, too. Can I help you find a book? Have you been a bad boy? Go to your room right now. No, go to my room. You've been a bad boy. These things don't never hold my hair like they're supposed to. Check it. Ow! These things are great. Can you see this? They've got like a lining, like a silicone coating. You see the silicone? And it does wonders. It does like major. It does major wonders for I need my school uniform. Yeah, I don't think they make them that big. Not for my ass anyway. You know, I did a video. I did a scope the other night, and my underwear were hanging right there. The whole time, my fucking underwear. I didn't care. When I saw it, I was like, damn. I mean, I try not to expose people to that kind of stuff. Don't nobody want to see my bloomers. But I did. And it's no surprise that they're big britches. But then again, why would you put small britches on a big butt? Anyway, all right. I'm going to go, you guys. Thanks for talking with me. This went in another direction. It goes into the direction I like, which is just chatting with y'all and being an open book, by the way, because I'm such a liar. I just heard Doug get up because he burped. This thing here, get that thing there. Granny panties, they were. I had my britches hanging up there. It's like the one I did that was like an hour long. It was 50 some minutes, I believe. But yeah, Doug's awake. So Fugly is going to watch Netflix. Tonight's hair washing night, but I think I'm going to skip because I'm liking the way the moisturizing is working. I like this. I think I'm going to leave it tonight. I'll wash it tomorrow night. Yeah. So Fugly's going to go watch a movie. Or Redemption, I think is what it's called. I never have gotten to watch it yet, so I'm going to. But everybody have a really good night, and thanks for talking with me. And maybe I'll see y'all again soon, just not tonight. Psh.